What's going on YouTube? Vaping Function LA here. Today I have a regulated device for review from Asmodus.com. This device is a very cool device. This is a SnowWolf Mini 75 watt. This is a single 18650 device. This thing has been spectacular to me. I've had this for about a couple weeks now. I received this free of charge for this purpose of this review, and it's been, like I said, it's been a very spectacular device. I've been loving this thing. It's very solid. Let's take it down close and unbox this thing, show you a little bit of the options on this thing, and then we'll take it back up and I'll talk more about it. See you guys soon. Alright, so we are up close with the first time look with the SnowWolf Mini 75 watt temperature control. This is a pretty awesome device. Let's open this up because there's not that much on the box. Alright, as you can see on here, it says it's 83 millimeters in height, 45 millimeters wide, and 25 millimeters thick. The weight of the product is 176 grams. The input voltage is 2.95 to 4.8 volts. The output voltage is 0.5 volts to 7.5 volts. Output power is 5 watts to 75 watts. Temperature adjustment range is 100 degrees Celsius to 350 degrees Celsius and 212 degrees Fahrenheit to 662 degrees Fahrenheit. Atomizer resistant range is 0.05 ohms to 2.5 ohms. So you can build this thing pretty high and it'll still fire, and you can build it to 0.5 ohms and you can sub ohm on this thing. On here on the back it says the SnowWolf 75 watt is advanced personal vaporizer. Please carefully review the manual before use. America design, China manufacturing. The SnowWolf 75 watt is not suitable for persons under the age of 18, pregnant or nursing women, persons at risk of heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, or taking medical attention for depression or asthma. Alright, so let's open up this box and check out the device and see what's inside. So first off, inside you see this is the USB cord that you can charge your device, and you may be able to update it, I'm not sure. And you also have the user manual, and the user manual kind of expands and it tells you all about how to use it. And on the back side it has a little bit more stuff. Checking resistance, battery information, system protection, battery charging, sleep mode, and all the other things. Alright, so right here you have the authentic Asmodus barcode, Asmodus distribution. Inside it has your 30-day warranty agreement and your repair coverage. It says limitations of coverage, and it has importance of use. And as you can see inside, you have the SnowWolf Mini. So let's shake this thing out. So somehow it's a tight fit in this box. Alright, I've got a fingerprint on it already. So let's wipe that off. As you can see, the device, this is it. It is very small. As you can see, I can bring out my iPhone 6 Plus, and as you can see, this device is very small compared to my iPhone 6 Plus. It takes up not even half of the screen. Alright, size wise, this is pretty awesome. It's very comfortable in the hand. This thing is stainless steel and is very, very solid. So this thing is heavy. On the bottom you have your battery venting holes. It has the charging port on the bottom, your up and down for your wattage and voltage, and your power button. On the side it has the same door as the other SnowWolf. So you lift this up. It has magnets on the door, and on the inside it has magnets as well. You have a stainless steel, it looks like, or some kind of metal for the battery terminal, positive and negative, and you have a small ribbon for your battery. So let's get a battery in here and show you a little bit more about this thing. Let's pop a rewrapped battery. No, this is a clear wrap. It's not a bare battery. This is a MXJO battery that my original battery wrap ripped. Alright, let's fire this thing up. So it's 5 clicks to turn it on. Lasimo, SnowWolf. As you can see, I have this set at 60 watts. It saved my prior build wattage that I had on here. If you hold the wattage up button and the power button, it will go into lock mode. If you hold it again on the power up button and you hit the fire button, it will go out of lock mode. If you hold the up and down buttons, you will go into temperature control. You have titanium wire or you have nickel option. So let's say if we have titanium wire, you click the power button to OK, and there you go, you are in Fahrenheit. In Fahrenheit, it goes down to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and Celsius, it goes down to 100 degrees. It takes a while, but let's skip all that. All in all, this is a pretty awesome device. I have a Derringer RDA that I was using for it on a 0.5 ohm coil. And this thing looks really nice with a mini RDA or any other RDAs. It sits flush. It doesn't hang off the side with a 22mm RDA. This thing is a fingerprint magnet, but it is a very awesome mod. You can see on the side it has the SnowWolf. And on here it states my resistance on here is 0.52. And I fire it and it's staying pretty stable at 0.52 ohms. All in all, this device is very awesome. I like how heavy it is. I feel like it's very sturdy. It fits in your hand very well. Alright, let's bring this back up top and vape on it for you guys. I'll see you guys up top. Alright, and we are back, you guys. So, we took a look at it, we unboxed it, we got everything covered on this thing. Another thing that I found out is you can check the chip on here. Inside here I have a proprietary 75 watt chip. If you take your battery out and you hold your fire button and you insert the battery, it's going to tell you what chip that you have in there, and I think that's also a pretty cool feature. Most regulated devices do have that. I found that out on another mod that I had. I didn't realize that you can do that, but now I do, so I'm going to be checking a lot of the devices that I have for their chips and everything inside, because you can't really find it on the website. I do have a prototype. Alright, so this thing may not have the proprietary chip in the ones that are going to be sold. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to confirm it once I found out. I'm going to do a little bit more research on this thing. It doesn't say on their website what chip is in here. It's going to be a 75 watt chip. I know mine is proprietary just because it's a sample basically. Alright, so let's get into the cons and the pros on this thing. So the biggest con that I have is just basically personal preference. This thing is a very shiny device, so you're going to get fingerprints all over it, just like a cell phone screen. This does look like a cell phone, and it's a polished stainless steel, and it's basically, you get fingerprints everywhere, and it's very shiny, easily wiped off. That's basically a subjective thing, so that's one of the only cons that I have. The other con that I have is just basically the only real con that this thing has, and this goes for every single one of the SnowWolf Minis. The battery door does have door rattle. Maybe mine's not doing it right now because of my ribbon, but let me fix that real quick for you guys. Sometimes it does it. As you can see, I can move the door. That's just because the magnets on here are a different size than the magnets on the mod itself. As you can see, the magnets on the door are smaller than the actual ones in here. So what you can do is a DIY fix if that's really a big issue for you, because it does kind of make a noise, but it's not really noticeable that much. I mean, you're not going to go around shaking your device, but just moving your finger on it, it does click. So what you can do is basically, I've seen another reviewer, they put a piece of tape or a sticker around the magnet, and it should fit just perfectly, and the mod will not have door rattle whatsoever. So that's basically a only con on this device. Alright, so if you are familiar with single 18650 regulated devices, we all know that battery life isn't great on these things. It just all depends on your build. I built this thing very high. I built this at 0.52, and it's been okay with the battery life, but I highly recommend that you're going to take around maybe 2 or 3 batteries with you just to get through the day. I'm vaping this at 75 watts, as you can see. Vapor production test, this thing passes. It chucks the clouds, basically. It hits very good. It doesn't really have a ramp up time. I haven't ran temperature control on this thing. I'm about to. I have a couple tanks I'm going to do a review, and I'm going to use this mod for the review. I'm not going to sub-ohm on this thing. I have sub-ohmed on this thing before. It does go down pretty low. It goes to 0.05 ohms. I have a 0.19 ohm build on here. It does chuck the clouds, but it does kill your battery. Right here I have a Lush RDA from Motofo, and on here it's showing a 0.18, but this is actually a 0.19. There it goes, 0.19. I want to make sure I have this thing fully saturated before I take a vape off of it. I consider 0.1 kind of sub-ohming. A lot of sub-ohm tanks are 0.1. I really recommend to stay around the 0.1. If you drop it down to 0.0, then you better be on a mechanical device that's not regulated, because it's not really that safe with a regulated device. It can melt your chip. The resistance range on here, it says 0.05. I don't really trust that. You know, it's very low and it's not really that safe, but it goes down that low. It goes all the way up to 2.5 ohms. That's pretty high. I'm going to take a vape on this on 0.19 build. Kicking the clouds is very, very good. So I highly recommend this thing. Alright, the price on this thing at Asmodus.com is $79.95. And it is in stock. One good thing that I found out that just was released on their website today was that they're taking pre-orders on different colors on these things. So this one is basically the black option, I guess. It's the original. They have blue, green, purple, red, and Tiffany blue. They're going to have the battery doors, I guess. The battery door, and then the backside is going to be a different color. I have it on my laptop right here. I'll show you guys. So they're going to have pretty cool options in the colors. As you can see, it's really, really nice options that they have. There's not really any cons on this thing. I mentioned the pros. It does kick the clouds. It does look very awesome. It's very nice. It's very beautiful on the machine work on here. The quality of this device, I feel like I can drop it. It's still going to work. But I don't want to drop this thing because I love SnowWolves, and I just don't want to get this thing scratched up or ruined. But I know for a fact if I chuck this thing and just threw it like a football or baseball or whatever, it's going to still work, because this thing is a very solid build, and it just, you can obviously tell that it's worth the money. It's really worth $79. Just because this thing isn't over $100, this is an excellent, excellent thing. I think you get what you pay for with this thing because it's so solid. It just works, basically. Alright, so you can pick this thing up at Asmodus.com, and it's going to be $79.95. Shipping, I'm not sure how much they charge on shipping, but it's going to be a set price at $79.95. Like I always say, stay strong, vape on. Peace out, you guys.